Hey, Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Hakodash, the ones the apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom, true brothers and highways and byways, doing the works sincerely and faithfully. Lord willing, will find that number to be delivered. All right. So this lesson is going to be, I'm going to speak about the safety that one thinks they're going to have by means of their home. All right. And as you read these scriptures, there's plenty of accounts of old times that we can apply to now and to the times that are coming, the future prophecies. It's not going to be good for anybody, man. There's going to be no safety, for anybody once this thing starts heating up, or when the Lord starts opening up that path of tribulation, all right? Most people who don't understand what's going on, they're gonna slowly trust in, the home that they have been building or fortifying, what have you. All that shit's gonna come to naught, man. All right. Now you see here the old adage in America is, a man's house is his castle. This is true. A man's house is his castle until tribulation enters in. All right. So let's go from here. I want to play a quick clip. All right. Now this clip is from the Purge, the very first Purge. And what you're going to see is, the father who was a salesman for, home fortification, if you will, to keep you safe from the outside intruders during the Purge. All right. But as you know, it wasn't purge proof. And likewise, the times that we're coming in, your home is not going to be a refuge or a castle where it can't be penetrated. All right, so let's play this clip real quick. And, once again, I don't own the copyrights to this clip, just for entertainment purposes, as they say. All right.
Nice, but wow, she's annoying. All right. Scary.
Now, what he was looking at, the video surveillance cameras that he has mounted all around the house, in the event that, when the purge starts, they can see, every angle. All right. And people are gearing up their homes like that in this present time, because everybody feels something's going on. All right. Everybody feels it, and they taste it, and they know it. So people are getting, steel doors, putting bars over the windows, getting cameras all around their homes, which is ultimately going to come to naught anyway. All right, so let's continue on with the clip.
Just get ready for tonight. As always, just a precaution. All right, Mr. Callie is starting his lockdown. Okay. We ready? All right, let's hit it.
All right, so they pretty much locked themselves in the, in the hopes that that technology that this man was selling to other, people was going to keep them safe. But the scriptures speak otherwise. All right, so let's get into it. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Let me start with the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and I'm gonna jump down to verse 17. Now, once again, this is initially speaking about the besieging of Jerusalem, the fall of Jerusalem. All right, But at the same time, in this time period, some of these things are going to take place in this time period as they did back during the time of the besieging of Jerusalem. All right. So verse 17, it says, let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. All right. So once again, once all this tribulation starts coming, man, your home is going to be nothing but a death trap for you. And as you see in these movies, that's some of the these movies are showing you some of the ways a lot of people are gonna get taken out, trying to barricade themselves in the homes. But once they get in there, what do? People end up killing, robbing, stealing, whatever. All right. It says, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And as the scriptures say, no man knoweth the hour or the time. You can be at work one day. This shit it could pop off while you're at work, or you're out of state, or wherever you may be. You ain't going back to that home, man. That home is nothing but a mere box that by the time you get back to it, somebody else is going to be living in there. All right. So don't think that your home and your house is going to be your castle for protection. It's not. Okay. It says, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. And like I said, this was during the time when Jerusalem was besieged, but now you can apply some of these things to this time period. All right. Your home, your fortress, your castle is not going to be your means of protection, man. And a lot of people are thinking outside the box of, we're going to fortify it, and we're going to do this in the basement, and we got a trap door. You see some of these houses, they got trap doors in the house where, you press a button and the door opens up and it gives you access to the basement. All that shit's going to be revealed, man. A lot of you people are going to die in your homes. 2 Ezra 15, I'm going to start at 18 and bounce around a little bit. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right? The first thing a person is going to do is what? Want to retreat back to their house. Go back to their home base, if you will. But the scripture says, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that's one of the first things that's going to happen, man. When all hell starts breaking loose and this place becomes unsown, the first thing people are going to do, they're looking to go into these houses, man. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see, here it goes again. Destroy their houses with the sword. So it doesn't matter, what you've done to your home and how you fortified it. There's going to be a way in, man. Where there's a will, there's a way. So don't think that you're going to be able to just, lock your door and lock your windows and put that's just not going to help you, man. This shit is not going to help you. The only help that you're going to receive, and that's if the Lord is showing you mercy, is the hand of the Lord. That's the only help you're going to get, man. Jumping down to verse 49, it says, I will spend plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right? So a lot of you people, man, you're going to die in the place where you think you found comfort and solace, man. In the place where you think you have refuge, where no one's going to be able to find you or get at you. So be very mindful, man. Your homes are nothing but traps, man. Jumping down to 2 Ezra 16 and starting at 31. It says, even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their homes with the sword. So the time is coming where you're going to have people just savages, I should say, not people, savages going to and fro. And shit, even men of the Lord, man. Even men of the Lord. The Lord's going to set it that, we're going to be guided to certain homes that have all these, stockpiling of food. The Lord's going to set that up for us, man. All right? Reading on down. It says, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses, and take their children captives, for in captivity and famine shall they get children. Okay? So what do you think is gonna happen, man? These things are on the horizon. Verse 47, it says, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, it says, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons. Let me open that. Let me open that up. 47. It says, verse 48, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, saith the Lord. All right, even Jake, man. Jake, they love to try to get the biggest house on the block and, hook it up with all kinds of fancy lights and, fancy big, black gates around the house. You know how Jake does it. Jake always go overboard. But once again, the Lord's gonna make them homes your tombstone, your casket rather. Okay. That's what's gonna end up happening. This is Amos 5:19. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. All right. So don't think these houses and these fortresses are going to protect you in those days. And if there is a home that you're going to go back to, there's going to be something in lying in wait inside that home, as this scripture in Amos just spoke about. He went into his house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. All right? And this is something nobody really takes into account, man. People think that you're going to just be able to be comfortable, with a couple deadbolt locks and some fucking Ring cameras. That shit ain't going to protect you, man. And that movie, The Purge, was a beautiful example, because that's what the beginning of that movie was all about. How this man, gained his wealth off building, super fortified security systems for homes where the big steel girders come down from the windows and all types of cameras, you see? Only to what? Have that shit pierced, have it breached. So once again, don't think that you're going to be protected by your home or by your property or by a gun or by a Ring goddamn camera or by a chain link fence or by a goddamn attack dog. All right? These things are happening, man, and they're going to happen. And there's going to be no way out. Like I said, if the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai is on you and in you and with you, may he protect you in those days from these trials and tribulations that are coming. All right? But if you're outside the sanctuary, if you're not a part of, as we say, this thing of ours, and the Lord is not supping with you, you are going to die a horrible death. You're going to see either your loved ones get taken out, All right. There's a whole litany of things that are going to be going down, man. As it is written, the evil days were upon the evil days. All right. So this was just a quick hit on the idea of those who believe they're going to be protected by their homes in that day. As the scripture says, there's going to be men not having any pity upon his neighbor, but destroying their houses. Okay. So with that, I'm going to end it right there. Lord willing, I'll see you brothers in another show. I say shalom.